Hello, I'm Kader Bagli. I am a lead compositing artist at Rise Visual Effects Studios, and have been part of Rise for almost 3.5 years now. Besides working as an artist, I do volunteer for the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee of SIGGRAPH, which is an annual conference for computer graphics and interactive techniques. I would say I started basically my free time when we did a lot of films, together with my sister. I was really curious about how the backstage is of, the film process. So I applied for it, and during my internship time in the university, which I got part of the research and development team of the Animation Institute of the Film Academy, that was the time where I really got in touch with VFX in general, because we did an Einstein project where we put a digital face on of Einstein to an actor. And it was a research project, how the whole workflow is and how we can put all those elements together. It was back in 2018, I would say. Until the internship process, I was more a generalist, doing more animation, short films as a student project, and was really curious about the VFX part. And with that project, it was blowing my mind what you can do basically in the compositing process. So we did a lot of projects all together. I've learned a lot in that internship time, but also I've met amazing people during tech talks and events that we came across with people. And one of them was mentioning me why I'm not volunteering for SIGGRAPH as a student volunteer. So I was really curious about it, because back at the time I didn't know about SIGGRAPH and applied for it. I got accepted and went to Vancouver. So it was my first international, journey in this industry, and realized this industry is so much bigger than I thought. Especially when it comes from the European side, it does seem like a bit smaller than expected. And if you're, a student, you don't really know how big the industry is. For me, it was like eye-opening, the conference itself, but also all the friendships that we made together, and the international network, and all those opportunities and stories of people. I kept volunteering in Brisbane a year later for Australia. So went to Brisbane all the way from Germany. And I got so in touch with so many good stories and also technical processes in the conference, and just showed me that so much is happening, especially when it comes to diversity inclusion. But with volunteering also, it wasn't just student volunteering. So I got part of committees of SIGGRAPH, because I really wanted to change also and help out to change something in the industry. So I reflected the volunteering parts to my projects in the university time. I really wanted that we change something also in terms of teamwork and in terms of directors, shaping stories. And that is really important for me. So and later on, after the university, I got part of Rise and, rocked many shows all together. I included also, the diversity and inclusion importance to the company as well. It motivates me that I can combine the creative work with also volunteering work and giving back something to the society that we really need in the industry. And especially, being part of a VFX part, and it's more technical, we have to make sure that we also have the aspects of feeling, welcomed and feeling understood, I would say, in the projects and in the shows. And with that being said, I can just say the journey was so inspiring for me to go through all those processes. But I can also confirm that it was a lot of struggles, a lot of prejudices about, being a Muslim artist, or, being part of a big company, or, being in the university. There are struggles, and just wanted to give back what I didn't get from the industry, I would say. And that is my journey, basically. I want to give back what I really wished, probably. So that's the journey. Many things inspire me, but for me, it's especially the people and their stories. Anytime I see someone overcome difficulty or beat the odds, It inspires me to also give my best to life. Luckily enough, there are many inspirational people in my life and that I've met in all those countries and all those journeys that I went through, but also to see their stories and to listen and to read behind, between those lines, not just to listen to them and, confirm that they have success, but how they made the success and how they overcome those difficulties just inspires me to also reflect those things to my life. But also the connection to my faith is also a sort of inspiration. It narrows down to, unconditional acceptance, love, and care for each other. And that is something that I want to give back to the industry. And I feel like inspiration is important to see it also in the stories of others. And I hope to continue to find it in others. Maybe one day my story can be an inspiration source for someone else and to give hope and to show that they shouldn't give up, because this is it's a beautiful industry and we have to make sure that they have hope. So whatever I see as an inspiration, I want to give back to others in my team or, in my surrounding. First of all, I'm proud of the person, of the younger version of myself, but to be bold, to be brave, and rather than perfect, like you shouldn't strive for perfection to fit into an industry. And I feel like we do have those systems to strive for perfection. And then sometimes we lose ourselves and give like 200% and push ourselves to our limits. And what I've learned in the last years that it's just about being brave enough to speak up for yourself, brave enough to set limits and, borders, tolerance borders, and to be brave just to move on how you feel like it and how you feel comfortable. You just have to be, gentle with yourself, be soft with yourself, because I was really hard on myself, to be honest, to go through those industries and, difficult times and projects and shows. It can take some time to create diverse surroundings and be patient with it. Trust the process. It will come back one day. I just have hope in this industry, and being part of the conferences and, all those events that we have in the VFX, it gives me hope that there is a lot of things happening about diversity inclusion. And it gives me hope that we change the industry a bit more to the positive side. Just want to underline and highlight that we have to have more respectful representation about disabilities, that we don't forget those, and especially also about people with the representation of religions, to show them more respectfully, but also to have those representation in general, because I feel like we are missing them and there's still a long way to have a more inclusive representation on screen. I just want to thank you that you created this, because this is the first step to change something. And with those series, I feel like it's also an inspiration source for everyone else, seeing there are diverse voices. So thank you for putting your time into it.